You think every former Yugoslav country is poor, chaotic, and dangerous? Then Slovenia is about to completely destroy that stereotype. This tiny country in Central Europe is not only one of the richest nations in the Balkans, it is also one of the safest and most comfortable places to live on Earth. People here work less, rest more, enjoy free healthcare, free education, almost no crime, and a level of social equality that many developed countries can only dream about. And the craziest part? Most Slovenians don't even lock their doors. Today, let's learn about the country called Slovenia. Slovenia is a small country located in Central Europe. It used to be part of Yugoslavia, but after Yugoslavia collapsed, Slovenia quickly transformed itself into one of the most developed countries in the region. Today, Slovenia is a member of the European Union, uses the euro currency, and has one of the highest standards of living in Eastern and Central Europe. The average monthly salary in Slovenia in 2026 is around 2,600 euros before tax. After tax, most people take home about 1,600 euros. That may not sound extremely high compared to countries like Germany or Switzerland, but in Slovenia the cost of living is much lower. And the quality of life is surprisingly high. One of the biggest reasons is healthcare. Slovenia has a nationwide public health insurance system. Public hospitals are almost completely free. Even expensive treatments like cancer therapy, dialysis, and organ transplants are heavily covered by the government. If your yearly medical expenses exceed a certain amount, the government pays the rest. Because of this, medical bankruptcy is almost unheard of in Slovenia. Education is also nearly free. From kindergarten all the way to university, public education costs almost nothing. University students only pay a small registration fee each year. For ordinary families, children can finish school and graduate from college without creating massive debt for their parents. But what truly shocks foreigners is the Slovenian work culture. The legal workweek is 40 hours. But in reality, the average Slovenian only works about 33 hours a week. That makes Slovenia one of the countries with the shortest working hours in Europe. Most people rarely work overtime, and if a company forces employees to stay late, workers can report directly to labor unions. The unions in Slovenia are incredibly powerful. They can inspect companies at any time. They can fine businesses heavily for labor violations. And in extreme cases, companies can even lose their business licenses. In Slovenia, working overtime without proper approval is considered a serious violation. There was once a company that forced workers to stay an extra 20 minutes to finish an order. The labor union fined them 10,000 euros. The company later went bankrupt. Every year during July and August, many businesses across the country slow down or even close temporarily. People go on vacation. Families travel to beaches, lakes, and mountains. Nobody wants to answer work calls during this period. At exactly 6 p.m., office lights turn off. Employees immediately go home, even if work is unfinished. On Fridays, many companies end work early. By Thursday afternoon, people are already planning weekend trips. And there's another thing foreigners find unbelievable. In Slovenia, workers legally have coffee breaks built into the workday. Twice a day, employees stop working to drink coffee and relax. Even bosses join them. If employers refuse to allow breaks, workers can report them. But Slovenia's obsession with rest goes even further. On Sundays, almost every store in the country is closed. Except for gas stations and a few tourist shops, businesses cannot operate normally. Shopping malls are empty. Supermarkets are shut down. Coffee shops disappear into silence. If you forget to buy milk on Sunday, you might have to drive all the way to the border to find an open gas station. And Slovenia also has strict laws about noise. No mowing lawns on Sunday. No loud parties. No construcción. No vacuum cleaners late at night. After 10 p.m., noise complaints become serious business. Police regularly patrol residential neighborhoods. People can be fined hundreds of euros for disturbing the peace. The goal is simple: protect people's rest and private life. For many Slovenians, life is not about becoming rich as fast as possible. It's about balance. An average middle-class family in Slovenia can own an apartment, raise children, travel once a year, and still maintain a stable life without extreme stress. Even young single people living alone can survive independently without completely collapsing financially. But perhaps the most fascinating thing about Slovenia is its level of social trust. In many rural areas, people leave their homes unlocked. Car keys are sometimes left inside vehicles. Packages are delivered directly to the front door without confirmation calls. Supermarkets have self-checkout systems that rely almost entirely on honesty. Crime rates in Slovenia are among the lowest in Europe. The social atmosphere is also very equal. Bosses and employees eat in the same cafeteria. Government officials drive themselves to work. University professors and cleaners are treated with basic respect. The income gap between professions is much smaller than in many other countries. People generally believe that all jobs deserve dignity. And then there's Slovenia's strange national obsession, bees. Slovenia has over 20,000 beekeepers. That means for every 20 people, there is roughly one beekeeper. Many families keep beehives in their gardens. Beekeeping is not just a hobby. It is considered part of Slovenian national identity. The government even regulates where beehives can be placed. There are official inspections for bee health. Some government buildings even have beehives on their rooftops. Another incredible feature of Slovenia is caves. The country has more than 20,000 caves. That's one cave for every 10 square kilometers. For Slovenians, caves are not just tourist attractions. They are part of everyday life. Families explore caves on weekends. Children celebrate birthdays inside caves. Some people even hold weddings underground. The famous Postojna cave attracts millions of tourists. But locals still visit it regularly like it's a neighborhood park. And this is what makes Slovenia so unique. It doesn't try to show off. It doesn't dominate headlines. It's quiet, peaceful, organized, comfortable. A country where people value time more than money. A country where work exists to support life, not consume it. A country that quietly became one of the best places to live in Europe without making much noise about it. This is Slovenia. Small, low-key, but incredibly successful. If you enjoyed learning about Slovenia and want more videos about fascinating countries around the world, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next story.